We take you into the RWJ Barnabas Hockey House at the Prudential Center for the Jersey Pro League. Brought to you by Breakout Sports Broadcasting. 2 games in the club division tonight. Synergy Uniforms and Kapper Hockey Services, the first of 2. And already a 1-0 lead for Synergy Uniforms. They score 16 seconds into the game. We apologize for the technical difficulties on our main camera, but we are still live from the Prudential Center. Again, 2 club games in a packed week of Jersey Pro League, 4 days straight with games from the RWJ Barnabas Hockey House. Synergy Uniforms takes the puck into the offensive zone. Down low on the boards. Already a 1-0 lead. Again, they scored 17 seconds in. As the puck is cleaned up for Kapper Hockey Services, and we'll get a face-off. Back to the blue line, sent in. Apelizan, here's a turn, a low shot, save made, loose in front of the net, and it's cleaned up, puck frozen. Synergy Uniforms crashing the net early. Kapper Hockey Services undefeated, the only undefeated team in the club division. 3-0, and it's a team built of high schoolers as a shot zips wide of the net. Stays loose in front, and another save. Synergy Uniforms comes into this one 1-2, sitting at number 6 in the standings. Kapper Hockey Services at number 1. Coming off a 6-5 shootout win over the Gaudreau Foundation. And now they get the puck in their defensive zone. Along the boards, good defense from Teresi to stop that rush. And now Synergy Uniforms taking it the other way. Pass in front, just wide of the net. Kapper Hockey Services the other way at the face-off circle. And it's broken up. Rushing to get there, both teams in on it. And it's taken away by Salisbury, and now he plays behind the net. Over to Boris. Dean Boris up the ice. Hunter Maybe trying to get into the middle. Synergy is all over it. 3 defenders were on that. Alan Magee made the initial stop. Back to the neutral zone. Salisbury loses it. 3-0 the other way. Walking in on net. And Synergy Uniforms, they make it a 2-0 lead. Less than 3 minutes into the game. It's all Synergy. Logan John finds the back of the net. His 5th goal of the season. 12:20 to go in the first period, and already 2-0 Synergy Uniforms. Kapper the other way. Shot deflected, and it goes wide. Here comes the rush the other way. Slamming on the brakes is Teresi. Pass in front, couldn't be handled by Holtzapfel. 2-on-2 the other way. Across the blue line, slamming on the brakes is Boris. Back to the blue line, the shot saved. Tyler Bala back in net for Synergy Uniforms. Boris flips it down low. Behind the net. Shot turned aside. Hunter Maybe putting that one on net, and Bala able to get the blocker on it. Smith keeps it in. Smith, low shot, saved by Bala. Down low, pass in front. Right off the bench. Solitis the other way, a 2-on-1 for Synergy. Solitis pass broken up. Great defense to stop that rush. Shot off the stick and into the netting. Offensive zone face-off coming for Kapper Hockey Services. This will be their first of the game. Trailing 2-0, 4 minutes in. Nasinovic waits in the circle for Kapper Hockey Services. Now set for the face-off. Flipped along the boards. Adamski couldn't get there, but Kapper able to retain possession. Salisbury along the near boards across the blue line. Runs into some trouble, and here comes Synergy the other way with a 3-on-3. Jakub had the opportunity with the puck behind the net. Kept in for Jakub, and it goes wide. Synergy stays with it, and now they lose possession as Salisbury breaks it up. Walking in on net, forehand shot, tough angle for Isaac Sue. Isaac Sue today announced he'll be playing his college hockey at Air Force. Congrats to Sue on his commitment. 3 goals already this season. He had the game-winning goal in the shootout last week, a 6-5 win for Kapper Hockey Services. They hold on to the puck, taking it back into their own zone. Now Christian Adamski trying to play it for Sue. Too far out of reach. A 1-on-3 the other way for Synergy. Nice move to dance out of traffic by Jakub. Flips it in front, and the save is made. Behind the net for Kapper. Looking for the deflection. Salisbury flips down low. It was off Nasinovic. Couldn't get a good piece of it, though. Sue walks it back to the blue line. Just able to keep it in play. Sue along the boards for Salisbury. Behind the net, Nasinovic takes it back out and loses it. Great defense from Teresi. Stays on this end. In the middle, and now back out for Nasinovic. The Kapper Hockey Services captain, Nasinovic, looking for the centering pass, instead broken up, and it goes to Salisbury. Adamski couldn't get a good piece of it. 2-on-1 the other way. Wide open net and a goal for Alan Magee. His first of the season, and Synergy Uniforms lead 3-0. Eight and a half to play in the first period. It's all Synergy. Alan Magee out of St. Thomas Aquinas College, 5 goals, 6 assists as a freshman. He makes it 3-0 in the early going. Less than 7 minutes in, and already a 3-0 lead. As Mikey Holtzapfel flips it down low, Synergy Uniforms able to keep possession. And now Kapper able to break it up with Scott Williams. Turner taking it the other way. Backhand shot goes wide. No numbers for Kapper, but maybe pushes the tempo ahead the ice. Maybe behind the net, couldn't find the centering pass. It was broken up as he was looking for Dylan Boris. On the clear attempt, Jack Smith steps in, takes it away, goes behind the net for Boris, but it goes along the boards and Synergy takes it away. Here comes Turner. Flip ahead, fanning on it. A couple attempts for Ryan Tobin. He couldn't cash in, and now Jack Smith coming the other way. 3-on-2 for Kapper. Smith still with it. He takes the shot, deflected centering pass, also tipped in the air. Turner up ahead. Great move. Turner in on net. And he could not get a shot off. Everything but the finish for Jack Turner. Synergy still with it. To the corner. Now at the blue line, this is Nathan Clack, the captain. 3-on-3 the other way. Boris pushing the pace across the blue line. Wanted maybe, couldn't find him. Synergy into the neutral zone. Pass up ahead and offside as they were looking for Logan John, who scored the second goal of 3 already. 6:26 to play in the first period. The Jersey Pro League on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, a packed week. This one, the first of 2 club division games tonight. Turner trying to do it himself. Turned aside. Korobko. Synergy with it behind the net. Backhand. Still loose. Teresi couldn't find the back of the net. Had the attempt, and then Korobko lost it, and Kapper taking it the other way. A 3-on-2. Pass across for Nasinovic. That one saved by Bala. Cross ice pass. Rister deflected. Tipped in the air. And a race for it in the neutral zone will be won by Salisbury and Kapper Hockey Services. Here comes Sue the other way. Isaac Sue. Wrist shot saved by Bala. And the puck is frozen with 5:32 to go in the opening period. Isaac Sue gets set for the offensive zone face-off. Kapper Hockey Services trying to cut into this 3-0 lead. Sue in the corner, turns back, centering pass, couldn't be controlled by Adamski. Sue slams on the brakes, runs into a couple defenders, and it's taken away by Korobko. Staying with it, wrist shot soars high from Sue. Sue will get another look, another one goes high. Now Adamski chases it down, back to the blue line. Fanned on the shot, 2-on-2 the other way. Teresi with speed, he gives it off. Logan John slams on the brakes as Synergy makes a change. John still skating around, shot off the mask. He stays with it behind the net. John doing everything for Synergy. And now Kapper the other way. They make a quick change as Maybe comes onto the ice. Wrist shot soars wide. Yakub gets things started for Synergy as they take it across the blue line. And a turnover. Boris all alone, but the pass too far in front. Dylan Boris has it taken away by Clack. And here comes Synergy. Walking in on net. Solitis scores. 4-0 Synergy Uniforms. First goal of the season for Ryan Solitis. Another look at this one. Synergy Uniforms continue their dominance to make it 4-0, turning defense into offense. Ryan Solitis on the breakaway. Finds the back of the net. 4 minutes to go in the first period. 4-0. Kapper Hockey Services 3-0, number 1 in the club division. Shot deflected before it got to the net. Boris staying with it on the boards. Dylan Boris battling for it and able to find Maybe. Backhand shot goes wide. Good look from Smith. Boris up top. Along the boards. Fight for it. Taken away. Solitist gives it off. Holtzapfel walking into the blue line, and it's broken up quickly. Pass in front, a one-timer turned aside. Nice job by Salisbury to step in and keep it in the offensive zone for Kapper. Maybe looking for the angle, and it's saved by Bala. Tyler Bala came into this one with a .917 save percentage, 5 goals allowed in one game. That was a 5-4 loss for Synergy Uniforms. Another offensive zone face-off for Kapper Hockey Services. They just have not been able to turn those opportunities into any good looks. 15 shots on goal for Synergy, just 10 for Kapper. And Turner with another opportunity. Turner, the shot turned aside. Big save as Kapper comes back up the ice, but Isaac Sue couldn't take in that pass. Step in, take it away. Adamski in the neutral zone. He'll have a shot that's deflected. Adamski staying with it. Sue at the blue line. Wrist shot looking for the deflection. Couldn't find it. Cross ice pass. Another shot. That goes wide. And Kapper Hockey Services will have to reset as Isaac Sue goes to get it in the defensive zone. Sue turns back as Kapper sets up this rush. Jack Smith back to Sue. Batted out of the air by Karabko, but Kapper stays with it, and then they give it right back. Back and forth. Kept in by Sue. Maybe fighting for it, but he loses that. Thomas Apelizan takes it away for Synergy in the neutral zone. Whistle and a stoppage. Just over a minute to go in the opening period. 4-0 lead for Synergy Uniforms. A dominant start over the top team in the club division. Matthew Nasinovich staying with it. Nasinovich backhand pass. Stabbed in front of the net. Nasinovich back up top. Salisbury back to Nasinovich. Walking in. Rister saved. And now Kapper has to reset. Tyler Bala standing tall in net for Synergy. 11 shots on goal, 11 saves. Under 30 seconds to go in the opening period. Synergy looking to extend the lead to 5. Here they come. DeFalco drops it back. Logan John with a slap shot goes wide. 10 seconds now in the period. With 5 seconds, Kapper the other way. A 3-on-2. Time winding down. The wrist shot poked away by Bala, and that will do it for the first period. What a start for Synergy Uniforms. A 4-0 lead to get the night started. Back for the second period. Synergy Uniforms with a 4-0 lead over Kapper Hockey Services, the Jersey Pro League on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. I'm Michael Cerrone, the first of 2 games in the club division. Four straight days of games at the RWJ Barnabas Hockey House at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. We flip the ice, and the second period gets underway, and an immediate chance building for Synergy Uniforms. Here they come with Yakub as the stick save is made. Yakub staying with it on the rebound, and then it's poked away, but not for long. Backhand shot goes wide from Clack. An immediate turnover in the defensive zone as Dylan Boris dropped it off, and Synergy pounced on it. Across the blue line, Yakub. Cross ice pass broken up by Boris as he goes to the corner to collect it. Boris behind the net, trying to generate a rush for Kapper, and here they come. Boris into the offensive zone. Boris, pass in front. No shot yet. Still loose behind the net. Now Salisbury calls for it and gets it up top. Salisbury, a wrister, saved by Bala, and it's cleaned up behind the net. And here comes Synergy. Yakub thought about the wrister. He pulls back, drops it off, and nobody home. 3-on-2 the other way. Maybe. Surveys the pass. The shot is saved. Adamski had the look, and Tyler Bala turned it away. Adamski staying with it. Turned over for a moment. Kept in by Salisbury. Nasinovich weaving through traffic, but not for long. Taken away. Here comes Karabko. Feed over to Clack. The shot saved. Maybe walking in, and it was broken up. Too much handle from Hunter Maybe. Two on 0. Tic-tac-toe, and Tyler Bala makes another save. Kapper Hockey Services unable to find the back of the net. Here comes Nasinovich across the blue line. Nasinovich, cross-ice pass. Williams with a shot that's saved. Dominance on both sides from Synergy. Kapper Hockey Services finally generating some chances, but not able to cash in just yet. Just under 3 minutes into period number 2. Hunter Maybe wins the face-off back. Smith with a shot and a glove save by Bala. Tyler Bala out of the Kent School in Connecticut. .886 save percentage in 26 games as a senior. A couple of years at Ridgewood High School before going to Kent. In front of the net, and another stop by Bala. Williams had the shot as this gets flipped full length of the ice. Solitist plays it behind the net for John. And now Kapper takes it away. Here comes Sue. Trying to get it off the boards, and it's taken away by Clack. Logan John already has one today. Trying to find the second, but it's saved. Sue across the blue line. Sue the shot off the post on the rebound. Glove saved by Bala. What a stop by Tyler Bala on the rebound after the first shot went off the iron. Shot in front, turned away. Hunter maybe with the attempt. Maybe scored in the shootout win last week. He's had a few opportunities today, just can't find the back of the net. 155 points in 4 years at St. Joe's Metuchen for maybe. He'll be headed to Sacred Heart in the fall. Tyler Bala knocks another one off his glove. Synergy gets set up behind the net. Entry into the zone, taken away by Adamski. 2-on-1 for Kapper, and Boris lost it. Nathan Clack on the back check, able to take it away. Salisbury deep in the zone. Another giveaway. Korobko flips it down low, and the puck frozen with 10:25 to go in the second period. Still a 4-0 lead for Synergy Uniforms after getting out to it early in the game. Scoring just 13 seconds in to get the 1-0 lead, and they have not looked back since. Maybe off the boards. Nice move. Now across the blue line. Maybe all by himself. The shot went wide. Picked up by Adamski. He takes it behind the net. Back for maybe. Adamski. Off the boards up top. Looking for that pass down low. Synergy the other way. Walking in on net, DeFalco, and he scores. Lou DeFalco makes it 5-0 Synergy. Lou DeFalco turning the defense into offense. You see this pass attempt for down low, and Synergy taking it the other way. Lou DeFalco finds the back of the net, his 4th of the season, and it's 5-0 Synergy. Synergy Uniforms last year finished last 2-5 with a -17 goal differential. They also finished last in 2023 at 2-4 with a -23 goal differential. But a 5-0 lead over the top team in the league, Kapper Hockey Services. Sue looking for the wrist shot, deflected before it got to the net. Korobko spins back, goes behind the net. And now Synergy will take it the other way. Mikey Holtzapfel tried to start that rush, but he had it broken up. Williams will go to collect in the corner. The pass in front for Sue, and he couldn't get the shot off. Isaac Sue having trouble with the pass. And now the other way, it's Apelizan, shot save. Thomas Apelizan trying to make it 6-0. Now Sue deep in the zone. Nasinovic lost it. Off the iron. We've seen a few go off the post and crossbar already in this one. Sue trying to get it the other way. Isaac Sue in the neutral zone. Sue doing it himself. Sue in on net. Backhand shot and goal for Isaac Sue. Kapper Hockey Services finally on the board with 8:09 left in period number 2. The recent Air Force commit, Isaac Sue, does it himself. Across the blue line, dangles, and the backhand to the back of the net. And Kapper Hockey Services finally strike back. in the defensive zone, Synergy uniforms. Tyler Bala giving up his first goal of the game after 17 saves to get his day started. The 18th shot on goal finally in the back of the net for Kapper as Nisinovic plays it back for Sue. Extra pass for Maybe, taken away. 3-on-2 the other way for Synergy. Burst of speed to the net, backhand save. Logan John couldn't get that one to go. Nisinovic off the boards, down low, shot. Turned away, and Synergy able to control it behind the net. Nice move in the defensive zone to get out of trouble for Yakub. And here he comes the other way. Daniel Yakub takes it behind the net. Turns, shot, deflected. Down low, John. Him and Apelizan behind the net. Now it's Yakub at the penalty circle. A wrister, deflected. Backhand shot, and the save made. 6:40 to go in the second period. 5-1 Synergy after Kapper Hockey Services were finally able to get on the board with Isaac Sue. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Synergy. Off the boards for Adamski in the neutral zone. Pass across the ice. Boris backtracks to the blue line, looking for Adamski down low. And now the other way. No icing. A chance for Synergy. Pass in front, and the shot goes wide. Karabko had it for a moment and lost it. And now behind the net as Kapper will look to set up a rush. Boris into the offensive zone, looking for the wrist shot. It was deflected. Still got to Bala as he pushes it away with the blocker. Karabko, neutral zone. Takes it to the boards. Karabko still with it. In front, extra pass. Turn, wrist shot. That zips wide. And it's taken away by Adamski. Out of the zone. Synergy has to reset. Clack puts it back in play. Clack with a wrister. Deflection. Soars wide. Here comes Adamski with a 2-on-2 chance for Kapper. Adamski, wrist shot goes high. Kept in play by Smith. He flips it down low, and now Kapper has to reset. Williams with the puck. Off the boards. Teresi turns. Solitist across the blue line. Behind the net. Already a 4-goal lead for Synergy, looking to extend it. 4.5 to go in the second period. Salisbury picks it up, but only for a second. A quick turnover. Still loose behind the net. In front, looking for the backhand. A few chances for Synergy, can't turn it into anything. Jakob staying with it in the offensive zone. Now neutral zone. And Kapper comes away with it. Puck was batted around across a few sticks as it goes wide, and Synergy picks it back up. Jakob in the neutral zone gives it away to Adamski. Adamski, the shot turned away off the pad for Bala. In the middle of a change for Kapper. Kept alive. Nisinovic, centering pass. Looking for Williams. Now it's behind the net. Nisinovic. Sue. Isaac Sue looking for the pass, and it was broken up before it got to Maybe. Pass for Meiji. That one was off the mark. Just over 3 to play in the second period. Smith into the offensive zone. Nice poke check from Jakob to stop that opportunity. Isaac Sue. Lefty off the crossbar. Isaac Sue with another wrister off the iron. That's his second miss. One off the post, one off the crossbar. 2:45 to go in the second period. 5-1 lead for Synergy Uniforms. Synergy only with 4 on the ice right now, and now DeFalco comes off the bench. Three on three. Clack across the blue line, and the play is whistled dead. Face-off in the neutral zone with 2:32 to go in the second period. A 4-goal lead for Synergy Uniforms. Trying to give Kapper Hockey Services their first loss of the season. On the breakaway, great back check. A couple of Synergy defenders were there, and now they look to turn it into an offensive chance with Nathan Clack, but it's taken right back. Isaac Sue looks for the centering pass, backtracks to the boards, and it's taken away. Nasinovich staying with it for Kapper. Nasinovich, toe drag, keeps it on his own stick. Back to the blue line. Deflected as Salisbury put it down low. Pass in front. And Kapper finds the back of the net. They make it 5-2 with 1:44 to go in the second period. Another look at the chaos in front of the net, and Kapper Hockey Services comes away with a goal. Bodies everywhere. They make it a 3-goal game late in period number 2. 15-minute periods with 1-minute intermissions in the Jersey Pro League. Here's a chance brewing and a nice stop in net. Maybe along the boards, coming the other way. Drops it off for Adamski. Toe drag for Adamski, and the shot stayed on the ice and went wide. Smith playing defense on the 2-on-1. Wrist shot goes high. Kept in play by Clack. Nathan Clack toward the net, stopped. Another opportunity, and the puck, is it in the back of the net? No, it is not. Synergy thought they had the goal, but the puck frozen just inside a minute to go in the second period. Score remains 5-2. Immediate discussions with the referees saying that one was in the back of the net. Defensive zone face-off win. Looking to continue chipping into the lead. Nasinovich takes it across the blue line. Nasinovich loses it. Nice move, but crashing in was Karabko to take it away. Here's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Jakob plays it back. Wrist shot stopped. 30 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Maybe. Hunter Maybe to the backhand, and it's saved by Bala. Tyler Bala with some impressive saves today. 10 seconds to go in the second. Turner looking for Korobko in front. Korobko in the corner. Up to Jakob. He'll have to put a shot on net. Running out of time. And Daniel Jakob will let the clock run out in the second period. 5-2 Synergy Uniforms with 15 minutes to go. The first of two in the club division of the Jersey Pro League. We welcome you back for the third period between Synergy Uniforms and Kapper Hockey Services. Michael Cerroti with you on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, the Jersey Pro League from the RWJ Barnabas Hockey House at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. A second game in the club division right after this one. 2 pro division games tomorrow. We got it all in the JPL. A 5-2 lead for Synergy Uniforms. It was a dominant start. A couple goals rattled off for Kapper to chip into the lead, but still facing a big deficit as we enter the final 15 minutes in week 4. A shot, rebound, score! Christian Adamski there to clean it up. Another look at the rebound goal, and it was actually Dylan Boris who cleaned up the straps and found the back of the net to make it 5-3. A wide open net on the rebound, and Boris immediately starting another chance for Kapper. Plays it off the boards down low for Williams. Williams takes a bump. Plays it down low. Back for Boris. Boris on the blue line, turns back in play, and it's broken up. Teresi was looking for Turner. Now in the neutral zone, Nasinovic across the ice. Zipping across the blue line is Smith. Smith down low, he loses it. Korobko takes it away. Teresi into the offensive zone. Teresi, a wrist shot deflected. Dylan Boris got in the way of that one. 3-on-2 for Kapper now. Maybe starting the rush. Maybe almost found the far post. Cleaned up by Pelizan and up ahead for Synergy. Wrist shot stopped. Second effort from Teresi, but he had it taken away on the poke check. Pass across for Sue, and he couldn't get the stick on it. Isaac Sue staying with it. Sue down low. Sue wheeling, stays with it, and now it's broken up. Sue steps in and takes it away in the defensive zone. A 5-3 game. Williams Surveys, looking down low for Nasinovic. Puck trickling and taken away. In the neutral zone, a great back check to stop that chance. Hunter maybe now. Maybe sends it wide. Sue can't get there in time. Here comes a Pelizan, but he couldn't control it. In the neutral zone, Sue gets tripped up. No stoppage as he hits the ice. Korobko lost his stick on the play. Maybe looking for the centering pass, and it's deflected. Breakaway. Holtzapfel all alone, walking in on net, and it's saved. Nice deflection there in the neutral zone. Big stop on that Mikey Holtzapfel breakaway. Bala clears it out of trouble. Down low, Salisbury. And it's taken away. Pass across. Another big stop for Matthew Nasinovic as he takes it the other way. Couldn't find a shot. Takes it to the far side. Matthew Nasinovic turns. Cross ice pass for Adamski. Nice move for Adamski. A dangle, but no shot. Christian Adamski showing off the dekes, but unable to turn it into an opportunity as Isaac Sue moving around the defensive zone. Now Sue across the blue line. Sue takes it behind the net. In front, extra pass was blocked. Sue is all over the ice right now. Sue up top for Smith. Smith plays it down low. Nasinovic over to Boris. Just came on the ice for Sue. Another pass. And that tipped off the stick to the corner. Between the legs, pass down low for Adamski. Smith will have a wrist shot. That goes high. Nasinovic gathers in the corner. Adamski near side. And it's taken away. John with speed across the blue line. Logan John, backhand shot is stopped. Puck frozen. 9:38 to go in the third period. A 5-3 lead for Synergy uniforms. Kapper Hockey Services generating a lot more chances than they did early in the game. Now 30 shots on goal compared to Synergy's 36. It'll be a near side offensive zone face-off for Logan John and Synergy. John wins it back for Kleck. Kleck, wrist shot stays on the ice and goes wide. Nasinovic in the neutral zone. Nasinovic a quick shot, and Bala pops it in the air and stops it with his glove. Tyler Bala allowed 5 goals in his only appearance so far this season. 5-4 loss for Synergy, one of their 2 so far. Kept in play by Boris. In the offensive zone, Dylan Boris. Toe drag on the near post. Tipped around, and now Synergy looking to come the other way with Turner. Turner still with it. Flips it across the boards. This is Kleck. Back down low. Jack Turner looking for the deflection. Stopped and frozen. Big opportunity for Synergy was shut down. 8:37 to go in the third. Kapper Hockey Services trailing by 2 goals. Synergy forced to exit the offensive zone. Nathan Clack ahead for Teresi. Going to get it is Salisbury behind the net for Kapper. 6-5 shootout win last week for Kapper. They had multiple 2-goal leads in that one. Couldn't end it in regulation, though, as Bala makes an easy glove save. 8:11 remaining. Synergy, number 6 in the standings, a 1-2 record after finishing last 2 straight years. 8 teams in the club division, 4 in the pro division in the Jersey Pro League. The JPL entering new heights in the 2025 season as Adamski into the offensive zone. That one was deflected into the netting. Kapper Hockey Services, which helps players and families navigate different hockey opportunities. Trying to stay undefeated, the only team in the club division at 3-0. Off the boards for Teresi, ahead to himself, but taking it away is Smith. And now he goes behind the net to generate the rush for Kapper. Smith still with it, and now he loses it. Stays in the zone. Another shot into the netting. Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey up next here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. 7:25 to go in the third period, though, in this game, which has been a good one. An early lead for Synergy Uniforms has been trimmed down to 2. Sue running into all sorts of traffic. Adamski fires a shot, saved by Bala. Big windup for Christian Adamski. Thomas Apelizan behind the net. Now for Teresi. Matt Teresi has a goal and assist through 3 weeks. Salisbury keeps it in the offensive zone. Looking for the shot. Adamski calling for it on the near side, but they can't find him as Sue gives it away. Fight for it in the neutral zone. And it's played down low behind the net. It'll go around the boards to Sue. Synergy makes a full line change. Ryan Solitist trying to extend the lead for Synergy. Here's Karabko across the ice. Clack. Shot deflected wide. Sue picks it up. Still loose in front of the net. Another one goes wide. Still a battle in the crease, and it's finally controlled. 5:40 to go in the third. An offensive zone face-off coming up for Synergy as Karabko takes the circle. Taken away by Smith. Around the net for Nasinovich and now Boris. Nasinovich drops it back. Williams across the blue line. Williams, a shot turned away by the pad of Tyler Bala. Flipped high in the air. Smith wins the race to it. Jack Smith surveys, plays it back. Inside 5 to go. Sue across the blue line, dangling. Isaac Sue in on net. Backhand goes wide. All sorts of moves from Isaac Sue, but he couldn't find the back of the net. And the play whistled dead with 4:44 to play. The penalty shot for Matthew Nasinovich. Nasinovich shoots and scores! Matthew Nasinovich, the captain, makes it a 1-goal game. Second goal of the JPL season. Matthew Nasinovich walking in on net and converting on the penalty shot to make it 5-4 with 4:44 to play. Kapper Hockey Services wasting no time trying to get another opportunity going. Tyler Bala makes the save. 4:31 to play. A 1-goal game. 4 straight rattled off for Kapper. It was a 1-0 lead 13 seconds in for Synergy. They made it 5-0, and now 4 straight for Kapper. Boris looking for the wrister, stopped by the stick of Bala. Salisbury now plays it down low for Maybe, and it's taken away by Turner. Jack Turner along the boards for Clack. Logan John. John surveys. Across the ice for Turner. Turner off the blocker. And now a chance for Kapper the other way. Maybe across the blue line. Hunter Maybe takes the shot, loose on the rebound. Great angle for Scott Williams, but he didn't have the shot, and there's the game-tying goal. 5-5. Nasinovich again. We're tied with 3:38 to go. 2 straight for Matthew Nasinovich. Here's another look at this second one. It was 5-0 Synergy uniforms. Kapper Hockey Services have come all the way back to tie it. Isaac Sue into the offensive zone. Smith around the net. Now Salisbury, and he loses it. Daniel Jakob along the boards, between the legs pass, and now it's given away by Apelizan. Across the blue line, but nobody home as Nathan Clack will go to gather for Synergy. Under 3 to play. Giveaway in the neutral zone. Shot goes high. Isaac Sue stays with it. And now it's taken away by Karabko. Nasinovich, can he have a third? That goes high. Matthew Nasinovich looking for 3 straight. Teresi the other way. Centering pass, deflected, still loose. And now Adamski plays it off the boards. Bala clears it out of trouble. Kapper calls for the icing. Clock stops with 2:14 to play in a 5-5 game. A full line change for Synergy uniforms. Kapper Hockey Services, not even enough players to make a full line change. Only 4 on the bench. Synergy with 7 on the bench. Face-off one back by Adamski. Cross ice for Nasinovich. Back across for Sue. Sue up top for Salisbury. Wrister loose. And now it's picked up by Synergy. Clack plays it into the neutral zone for John. Logan John with speed. Off the stick. Stays in front. Chance. Fanning on it, and now here comes Adamski. Christian Adamski between the legs. Lost control now. Nasinovich off the boards. Isaac Sue at the blue line. Broken up, and Kapper will have to reset on the stick of Nasinovich. Now it's Sue. Isaac Sue. Wrist shot didn't get there. Adamski on the boards. Minute 20 to go. Turn and shot from Sue. In the air, Nasinovich. Down low, now Salisbury. Salisbury, a shot turned aside by Bala. Isaac Sue, back for Nasinovich. Picked up down low, a minute to play. Now Synergy with the chance. 3-on-3. Logan John into the offensive zone. Synergy will have to reset. 45 seconds to play in a 5-5 game. Nasinovich takes it across the blue line, stabs it ahead for maybe. Sue picks it up, keeps it in the offensive zone. Sue, backhand pass for maybe, couldn't control it. 30 seconds to go. Maybe to Salisbury, off the boards, down low. Nasinovich, a shot, saved by Bala. 19.4 on the clock. Big save for Tyler Bala off the shot from Nasinovich. Boris wins the faceoff and now quickly taken away by Synergy. Here they come the other way. Jakob across the blue line. Daniel Jakob surveys back in front. Boris steps in to take it away. 5 seconds. Clock winding down. Still loose behind the net, and that will do it in regulation. 5-5. Kapper Hockey Services storms back, and they tie it after being down 5-0. Straight to a shootout. Kapper Hockey Services won in a shootout last week. Do they have it in them again? No overtime in the Jersey Pro League. We go straight to a shootout. Kapper Hockey Services won that shootout 2-1. The game-winning goal for Isaac Sue. Hunter Maybe was the other to score for Kapper in last week's win to go to 3-0 as the only undefeated team in the club division. Daniel Jakob takes center ice. The first in the shootout for Synergy. Jakob has his shot stopped. Turned aside. And Matthew Nasinovich will take the ice for Kapper. Nasinovich with the last 2 goals for Kapper Hockey Services made it a 5-5 game. Does he have another one in him in the shootout? Nasinovich, a glove save for Tyler Bala. Made that look easy. Lou DeFalco scored his 4th goal of the season in this game. We'll see what he has. Another stop. Man, these goalies are making it look easy out there. And it brings up Hunter Maybe. Hunter maybe scored in last week's shootout. Can he do it again against Synergy? Forehand shot off the pad of Bala. Back and forth between these two goaltenders. It'll be Jack Turner next for Synergy. Turner has his shot stopped. Isaac Sue can win it for Kapper. Saved by Bala, and we keep going in the shootout. Zeros through 3 rounds. Nathan Clack, the captain, in his second game of the season. Clack to the backhand, and he scores! Nathan Clack gives Synergy the first goal of the shootout. If Jack Smith does not score here, Synergy will win. Here comes Smith to keep the shootout alive. Smith to the backhand, stopped by Bala, and Synergy wins. Tyler Bala shuts down 4 straight in the shootout, and Synergy uniforms hand Kapper Hockey Services their first loss of the season. Tyler Bala, what an impressive day in net. And the last shot to the backhand stopped. Kapper Hockey Services on the wrong end of a 6-5 shootout win. That was the score last week to go to 3-0. Now they move to 3-1. Synergy uniforms moves to 500 at 2-2. What a game. 13 seconds in, Synergy scored, and they extended that lead to 5-0. Kapper Hockey Services able to storm all the way back and make it a 5-5 game, but Synergy comes out with the win in a shootout. Tyler Bala, the goaltender, standing tall, 4 straight stops in the shootout, and that will do it for game 1 of 2 in the club division. Don't go anywhere here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey are up next in the Jersey Pro League. The Jersey Pro League live on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Game number 2 of the night. Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey in the club division. Michael Cerroti, happy to be with you. A packed week in the JPL, and this is the first of 4 straight days of JPL hockey. 2 pro division games tomorrow, and then we get back to club division action. The first game tonight, an incredible one in a win for Synergy Uniform, 6-5 in a shootout over Kapper Hockey Services. A 5-0 lead for Synergy. Kapper came all the way back to make it 5-5 and send the game to a shootout. But in a goalies battle, Tyler Bala and Synergy come out on top to go to 2-2 on the season. Hockey House Podcast 0-3, last in the standings. And Homegrown Hockey, number 3 with a 2-1 record, set to do battle in this one from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Should be a fun game between HHP and HGH. Some star power on both sides. Jason Lastra and Thomas Swartwout, really the leaders for HGH, but talent all over. Austin Teets, big player, Matthew O'Donnell, Roman Kirillichev have all come up big to start the year for HGH. And on the other side, Hockey House Podcast with Brian Kramer, Eric Heggie, Andreas Ferran, just to name a few. Should be a great game between these two teams. Starting in net for Hockey House Podcast, Michael Contessa has played an .873 save percentage, 5.67 goals allowed with 117 saves so far this season. 4 games, for Contessa, an .891 save percentage. On the other side for Homegrown Hockey, Kevin Brennan starting in net. Allowed 7 goals in his only appearance this season with an .816 save percentage. At William Patterson last year as a junior, an .868 save percentage. He went 4-11-1, allowed 4.78 goals per game. We get set for the opening face-off. Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey. Game 2 of the night. We're underway. Homegrown Hockey will start the game with the puck in their defensive zone with the opening face-off win. Immediately a chance, and Hockey House Podcast scores. 12 seconds into the game, it's a 1-0 lead. Game 1 of the night, it took 13 seconds for a goal. Game 2, it takes 12 seconds. Homegrown Hockey wins the face-off, and Hockey House Podcast scores first. How about that for some early chaos? What a start for HHP. Another opportunity. That one goes wide. And that's HGH that actually gets out to the early lead. HHP had the face-off win, had the rosters flipped on my end, so apologies for that. Down the other way, Kirillichev with a low shot, and that's stopped. Contessa makes that save with his stick. HHP down the other side. Colin Healy into the offensive zone. Eric Heggie. Battle for it on the boards. Heggie staying with it. And now stepping on the ice. Nathan Clack, a part of Synergy Uniforms, playing in his second game. A part of HHP in this game. 2 members of Synergy playing in this one. Ryan Solitist also playing. There is Solitis with the light blue jersey in the offensive zone here for HGH. At the blue line and a takeaway. Up ahead. Clack couldn't get there in time, and Homegrown Hockey gets it back. Chase down, some contact along the boards from Sean King. Clack pokes it ahead. Controlled by Brennan. In the neutral zone. Here comes Homegrown Hockey. Sandamano slams on the brakes. Now to the blue line. Pass across. Osher. Wrist shot stopped. Saved by Contessa. That's his first stop. Early 1-0 lead for Homegrown Hockey. It only took 12 seconds for HGH to get on the board. Offensive zone face-off for HGH. It's won back by Teets. Loose in front of the net. Now played behind for Lastra. Osher flips it down low. Stopped with the glove by Contessa. 3 minutes gone by in the opening period. Another face-off coming for Austin Teets as he wins it back once again. Nice job by HHP to win the race, but they quickly give it away. Here comes Homegrown Hockey. Teets near circle. Trying to tuck it in. Did it cross the goal line? It does. Austin Teets makes it 2-0. Homegrown Hockey just barely sneaking that one by Michael Contessa. Hockey House podcast in some early trouble. Homegrown Hockey with a 2-0 lead. Barely 3 minutes over into the game. Another chance. Pass back for Lastra as he takes a stab. Wrist shot deflected by Stoffel. And now settled down along the boards. Popped in the air. Teets plays it back. HGH trying to extend the lead on the stick of Jason Lastra. Lastra spins down low for Teets. Teets takes it behind the net, trying to tuck it in with the backhand. Lastra goes to get it along the boards. Lastra back down low for Teets. Lastra now gets it back. Nice move. Pass in front. The extra feed for Teets. And another goal for Austin Teets. It's 3-0. 4:14 into the game. What a start. The second for Austin Teets. Austin Teets with a left 3-0 with 10:46 to go in the opening period. Jake Sandamano gets another possession started for HGH. Sandamano across the blue line, a shot whistles high. Sandamano controls himself. Along the boards. In front, stop, second effort, and they score again. 4-0. Homegrown Hockey is just dominating right now. .435 into the game. An unreal start. Here comes another opportunity, and this time it's saved by Contessa. 4-0. Homegrown Hockey at 2-1. Hockey House Podcast is 0-3, but they've been close games. In 3 losses, they have a -4 goal differential. Another chance in front, and that one's broken up, and here comes HHP the other way. Gross with speed. Pass in front is broken up. O'Donnell takes a big hit. Ooh, Matthew O'Donnell had speed toward the net and a lot of contact as he hits the ice. Andrew Gross now the other way. A wrist shot goes wide. Quickly sets up an opportunity for Homegrown Hockey. A 3-on-2 brewing. Pass in front, and it goes wide. Across the ice. Swartwout plays it back. Shot sent wide. Back up top for Osher. Now down low, O'Donnell. Behind the net. Swartwout. Wrister wide. Kept in play at the blue line. Across the ice. Kirilichev toward the net. Loose in front on the rebound. Was it tucked in? Yes, it was. It is 5-0. Or was that one stopped? It was saved. Michael Contessa made the stop. Looked like we had a signal that there was a goal and looked like Homegrown Hockey celebrated, but no, it remains 4-0. Michael Contessa able to make that save. With the way this game has gone early, you would think everything finds the back of the net, but Michael Contessa able to stop that rebound chance. And it remains 4-0. A lot of contact along the boards. In the neutral zone. Nice move to get this rush started for HHP. Down low, Kleck. Looks for the centering pass and finds it. Wrister and score! Andrew Gross gets Hockey House Podcast on the board with a firing wrist shot. You let up 4. How about this response? Clack tracks it down in the corner, and on the centering pass, big time shot and goal. Make it 4-1. Andrew Gross with his second of the season. Stoffel looking for the deflection, but sent wide. HHP the other way. Gross wanted another look at it. Along the boards. Looping around. Nice poke check. Gross staying with it as he flips it behind the net. And now a chance the other way for Homegrown Hockey, but it goes around the boards the length of the ice for an icing. 7:08 to go, 4-1 game. And good news, Austin Teets has changed out of his number 88 jersey back to the originally planned number 8. Number 8 on the roster. He came out onto the ice wearing 88. And now back to the original number. 4-1 game here. Homegrown Hockey with the lead. That shot blocked on its way to the net. Lastra up ahead. in front. Shot goes high. And correction on what I just said, Austin Teets, there are 2 Teets out there. So 2 Teets jerseys. We don't know which one is Austin. There's an 8 Teets and an 88 Teets. So we'll just go with both of them are Teets for now. And both of them on the ice right now. Here's a shot. That's blocked. Kevin Brennan in net for Homegrown Hockey. Not a very busy day so far. Only 2 shots on goal. That was his first save. Heggie getting things going again for HHP. And now it's Homegrown Hockey the other way. It's Teets and Teets. And that pass goes wide. Heggie, wrist shot deflected. Loose behind the net. Stoffel lost his stick for a moment, now picks it back up. Gross behind the net. Gross. Playing through a lot of contact. Here comes another rush for Homegrown Hockey. A shot, that's stopped. Michael Contessa shuts down that opportunity, and HHP gets set behind the net. Mascari off the post. Sets up a chance for Homegrown Hockey, a 4-on-2. O'Donnell surveys, one-timer. That's stopped. And Michael Contessa dives on it. 4:20 to play in the opening period. Score remains 4-1. Homegrown Hockey on top. Offensive zone face-off for HGH here. Fight for it. Shot off a couple of sticks on its way to the net, and it goes wide. Into the neutral zone with speed. This is Andrew Gross. Has the 1 goal for HHP today. Daniel Foley on the boards. Played back. Iacchini had a shot, and that one was shut down by Brennan. 3:47 left in the first. Iacchini off the boards. A lot of tension on the ice in this second game between Homegrown Hockey and Hockey House Podcast to get this game started. Still in the first period, and we've seen some bodies flying. Words being exchanged between these two teams. Both teams clear to their benches. And it'll be a penalty shot for Matthew O'Donnell, trying to put Homegrown Hockey up 5-1. O'Donnell to the backhand, and he shoots it wide. Score remains 4-1. Offensive zone face-off for Homegrown Hockey. 4-1 lead. 3:33 to go in the first period. Three on two here for HHP. DeLanzo, cross ice pass. Gialenza up top. And now the other way. Tommy Boyle across the blue line, slams on the brakes. Boyle puts it down low behind the net, loose in front, high in the air and into the netting. 2:55 to play in the first. Andrew Gross back onto the ice for HHP. He's been flying around the ice after scoring his second goal of the season. Back up top, quick shot. O'Brien from the penalty circle, and that one is saved by Contessa. Michael Contessa has had a busy day in net, to say the least. 16 shots on goal, still 2:36 to play in the opening period. Quick wrister. That one's deflected by Contessa. Stays in the offensive zone for Tommy Boyle and HGH. King in the corner. Centering pass couldn't be controlled. And now O'Brien picks it up. O'Brien surveys, spins back. Shot deflected on the rebound, saved by Contessa. Tommy Boyle taking a few hacks at it. We have confirmation that Austin Teets is wearing number 8. The number 88 Teets, not sure who that is, because there is only one Teets. One of the key players for Homegrown Hockey. Lastra all over the ice. Jason Lastra doing it himself. It was deflected wide. This is Boyle at center ice. Boyle a shot. Did that sneak through? Tommy Boyle scores and makes it 5-1. It gets through on Contessa. What a start for Homegrown Hockey. Another look at this shot from Tommy Boyle to get it just past Contessa in net. We come back live after the HHP face-off win. Solitist wearing the sky blue as opposed to HHP's regular royal blue. This is the 88 Teets, and he scores! 6-1 Homegrown Hockey. Dominance in the first period. Whether it's Austin Teets or not, we have no idea, but here's the goal to make it a 5-goal advantage. Andrew Gross controls for HHP. Nice move from Gross. He gets it across the blue line, and then he has it broken up by Lastra. Dump off Lastra. Along the boards, Jason Lastra in a fight for it with Joe Mascari. Still a battle in the corner. Teets down low. Up the ice for Solitis, but too far out of reach. In the neutral zone. Teets across the blue line. Shot sizzles wide. Lastra along the boards. Down low for Teets. Cross ice pass. That was deflected. Nice job by Contessa to get his stick in the way. And that will do it for the first period. What a dominant 15 minutes for Homegrown Hockey. It's a 6-1 lead. The second period is next here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Homegrown Hockey leads 6-1 over Hockey House Podcast to start Game 2 in the club division of the Jersey Pro League. And coming out of the break with confirmation, number 88 is Matthew Barbieri, wearing Austin Teets, must be his backup jersey. Barbieri supposed to be wearing number 93. That obviously is not happening here today. 6-1 HGH, an incredible first period, 20 shots on goal. As Hockey House Podcast quickly takes it into the offensive zone, but they have just not been able to generate any real opportunities. Up ahead for Swartwout, quick chance, and it's turned aside. Michael Contessa has been busy in the net, to say the least. And here comes another chance. Tic-tac-toe, and it's sent wide. Stays with Alec Osher, though. Osher, wrister. That's stopped. Goes to the corner. Osher still with it. Behind the net. Up top, O'Donnell. Down low, a shot and goal. Michael Contessa has seemed to just given up. And it's 7-1 HGH. Homegrown Hockey continues to dominate early in this one. You see Michael Contessa in net. Just kind of lets this one go by. Couple opportunities for Homegrown Hockey with that rush. A 6-goal lead, and here they come again. But it's stopped by Heggie in the neutral zone. Only for a moment, though. O'Donnell takes it across the blue line. O'Donnell, cross-ice pass. Swartwout back up top for Osher. And Homegrown Hockey will have to reset as Osher lost it into the neutral zone. Swartwout up ahead. O'Donnell had trouble with it. Now it's back to Swartwout. Extra pass. One-timer is stopped by Contessa. But a between-the-legs attempt. Not successful. Homegrown Hockey staying with it. Behind the net. Thought we might see a Michigan attempt pulled out there, but we don't. Not out of the realm of possibilities in a 6-goal game. Homegrown Hockey will set up another rush behind the net. 4-on-3 the other way. Kirilichev dangles. Kirilichev backhand goes wide. Cross ice pass for Osher, looking in front, and that one stopped. 3-on-2 for HHP. Nice back check from Osher, and he steps in to take it away. Alec Osher with the New Jersey 87s in the EHL, 53 points in 39 games. Playing now at William Patterson. Here's O'Donnell. Into the neutral zone. Boyle in on net. The backhand is shut down by Contessa. Looking in front, Sean King gets it in the corner. King looks for the centering pass. Instead, it goes behind the net. Shot and score! Anthony O'Brien with his second of the season, and it's 8-1 Homegrown Hockey. Rister sneaks in the far post. Anthony O'Brien continues the HGH dominance. Go back to center ice where we have seen a ton of faceoffs, 9 goals, 5 minutes into the second period. Kleck gets the rush started for HHP. It's quickly shut down, though, by Sandameno. Sent the other way. And Colin DeLanzo will go to collect it behind the net. DeLanzo fighting for it. Now Kleck picks it up in front of the net. Back for Sandameno. Sandameno trying to weave through traffic. Now it's up top. Boyle, slap shot goes wide. Boyle having another go. That one stopped by Contessa. 23 shots on goal for Homegrown Hockey compared to 6 for Hockey House Podcast. 8-1 here in the second period, inside 10 minutes to go. Clack steps in to take that one away. Gross in on net. That one's shut down by Brennan. 1-on-2. No numbers. Trying to play it back for King. Here's a shot and an easy glove save for Michael Contessa. Looks like we'll just play with a running clock with a lead this big. 8-1 Homegrown Hockey. An incredible game that looked like it might have been a blowout to start in game 1. Again, it was a 5-0 lead for Synergy Uniforms. And now the clock will stop. Kapper Hockey Services came back to make it 5-5 and send the game to a shootout. An incredible comeback, but Synergy able to win in the shootout in a goalies battle. Lastra takes it across the blue line. Lastra dangles. Lastra shoots. And he scores. Jason Lastra doing it himself. The dominance continues for Homegrown Hockey. It's 9-1. Lastra had 120 points in his 4-year career at William Patterson, and he is continuing to shine in the Jersey Pro League. Joseph Gialanza putting a shot on net. Stopped by Brennan. Now it's Gross. Big wrister. Another stop for Brennan. Here comes Barbieri across the blue line. Barbieri a wrister. That's deflected and it sails wide. Picked up in the corner by Giolanza. He'll try to start a rush for HHP. Drops it for Gross along the boards. Andrew Gross surveys, takes it to center ice. Gross had his shot blocked. Puck frozen by Brennan. 9-1, Homegrown Hockey. Just over 7 minutes to go in period number 2. We've seen some high-scoring games in the JPL, but this one on pace to potentially break some records. Just over halfway through the game, and it's 9-1. Clack with a big wrist shot off the face-off. Picked up by Teets, had nobody home as he tried to start a breakaway attempt. Brennan scoops that up with the glove behind the net. Homegrown Hockey looks to start this rush on the stick of Jason Lastra. Lastra just scored the last one for Homegrown Hockey. This time Clack steps in with a poke check. 2-on-5 the other way for Hockey House Podcast. And the chance is quickly shut down. Eric Heggie staying with it along the boards. Heggie with a wrist shot, and that goes wide. Lastra picks it up, plays it behind the net. Austin Teets in the neutral zone. Teets surveys, takes it behind the net. Centering pass, and that's taken away. Kept in the offensive zone, and now controlled by Contessa. Karilichev looking for that forehand. That's deflected, and Matthew Barbieri scores. 10-1, Homegrown Hockey. Dominance in Game 2. Roman Karilichev had the initial shot and the deflection for Matthew Barbieri. Double digits, and we're not even into the third period. Hockey House Podcast, again, 0-3, and they sit at last in the standings, but one of those losses came in overtime, and a -4 goal differential through 3 losses. Not anything like we're seeing in this one. Karilichev to the forehand, sneaks it through the 5-hole. Roman Karilichev makes it a 10-goal lead. Goal number 7 of the season. Roman Karilichev a couple of years ago had 36 points at Riverdale High School in that season, and he could break that mark in way less games in this JPL season. Osher slams on the brakes in the neutral zone as Homegrown Hockey forced to reset. A nice move in the neutral zone. Here comes HHP the other way. Andrew Gross looking to start this opportunity. Gross plays it behind the net. Andrew Gross has been everywhere for Hockey House Podcast. He has their 1 goal in this game. Andreas Ferrand. Pass up ahead, taken away by O'Donnell. O'Donnell crosses the blue line. Some dangles in front of the net. That's stopped by Contessa. Michael Contessa with 117 saves coming into this game on this JPL season. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Contessa with 14 saves today, but 11 goals allowed. 2-on-1. Centering pass for Karilichev, and Contessa gets his stick in the way of that one. Heggie Up ahead for Foley. Looking back for Heggie, and it's taken away. Kirilichev across the blue line. Has Swartwout right behind him. Kirilichev will take it himself to the backhand. It's loose in front of the net and cleaned up by Swartwout. Thomas Swartwout with his 7th goal of the season, and it is 12-1 Homegrown Hockey. Thomas Swartwout, another star at William Patterson, 89 points through his first 2 years, including 51 goals. 12-1 with just under 2 minutes to go in period 2. And another opportunity for HGH. 3-on-3 the other way. Pass in front, shot, stopped by Contessa, loose in front of the net, and there's the goal. It is 13-1. Sean King finding the back of the net. Into the offensive zone goes O'Brien. And now it's taken away by Gialanzo, but he loses it immediately. King just scored and now sets up another chance for HGH. King takes it behind the net, looks for options, finds Sandamino, who will have a shot. That gets blocked into the corner. Now King goes to get it along the boards. King down low. In front, shot goes wide. Sandamino surveys, centering pass, stopped by Contessa. Big save for Michael Contessa as the clock winds down in the second period. 13-1. Clock running, so might not even get off this face-off. 5 seconds, and that will do it for the second period as both teams head to their benches. Homegrown Hockey dominance through 2, 13-1 with 15 minutes to go in Game 2 in the club division of the Jersey Pro League. The third period of Game 2 here in the club division of the Jersey Pro League. Michael Cerroti with you on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. A packed week of JPL hockey from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, as the captains meet with the referees. A 13-1 lead. Trying to listen into the discussion, but they're keeping it quiet on the benches. We've seen some tension on the ice today between these two teams. And you have to wonder what this is about. We get set for the third period. Homegrown Hockey right now with 6 on the ice. And now they're ready to go as Austin Teets heads to the bench. Third period underway between Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey. HGH dominant in this one, 13-1, and wasting no time with Sean King setting up the rush. Now slams on the brakes, plays it back to the blue line. In the corner, Sandamino. Across for King, taken away by Clack. Here comes Gross on the breakaway. Andrew Gross, great back check as he is forced to just dump that one behind, and Sandamino takes it away. Looked like Andrew Gross was going one-on-one with the goalie, Kevin Brennan, but great defense from Homegrown Hockey on the back check as that one finds the netting and will set up a face-off. Line change for HGH as they bring on their stars, Barbieri, Teets, and Lastra. They'll also bring on Alec Osher and Vincent Stoffel. HHP sticking with who they've got on the ice. Lastra takes it himself. The pass off for Teets. Barbieri finds the back of the net. Matthew Barbieri with his second of the game, and the dominance continues for Homegrown Hockey. (14-1). This has been a brutal one for Hockey House Podcast. Gialanza for Clack, centering pass, great look from Clack. Could not find the back of the net. That's another great feed. Matthew Barbieri gets tangled up, and it's cleared out of trouble by Contessa. Two Pro Division games tomorrow. All sorts of leagues represented from all around the world. NHL, AHL, OHL, you name it. And we'll have all sorts of star power in those two games. We've seen some great competition in the club division this year as well. The JPL taken to new heights by Alex Rauter, the league commissioner, who we'll see on the ice tomorrow. He plays his pro hockey in Japan. As Hockey House Podcast sets up a look. Some impact NHL players suit up in the Jersey Pro League year in and year out. Matthew Barbieri across the blue line. Barbieri in on net, and he sneaks it past Contessa. It's a hat trick for Matthew Barbieri, and it's 15-1 Homegrown Hockey. The blowout continues. Homegrown Hockey all over Hockey House Podcast. Nothing like we saw in the first game, which went to a shootout. Homegrown Hockey, it looks like they'll improve to 3-1, barring an absolute miracle. Hockey House Podcast will fall to 0-4. But their goal differential really taking a hit in this one. Andrew Gross crosses the blue line. He's got that one goal for HHP as his centering pass for DeLanzo couldn't find his stick. Through the legs, pass off the boards for Kirillichev on the breakaway. Roman Kirillichev has it taken away by Clack. Nathan Clack playing in his second game after suiting up for Synergy uniforms. That's why he's got a different royal blue jersey. Great poke check that time. And there is another goal for Homegrown Hockey. Running out of breath to even say they score anymore. It is 16-1. And that breaks this year's record for the most goals scored in a game. We saw 15 last week, and now Homegrown Hockey reaches 16. Still 10 minutes to play. And not letting up. Roman Kirilichev on the pass, looking for the between the legs goal. Jake Sandamino in the corner. It's picked up by Andreas Ferrand. The club division features players from the NCAA Division III level and mostly from the ACHA and AAU levels of club college hockey. Hockey House podcast made up of a lot of players from really all sorts, but William Patterson specifically. And then on the other side, Homegrown Hockey, even more William Patterson players. So some collegiate teammates playing against each other in this game, and Homegrown Hockey getting the much better side of the matchup. There's a nice poke check to get that one out of the offensive zone of HGH. As Swartwout zips it across the ice for Sandamino. Sandamino off the skate, off the stick, but it's taken away. Now tempers flaring. Gavin Iacchini a little upset with that move. Not easy to play in a game when you're down 15 goals. And you saw Gavin Iacchini, who is one of those players from William Patterson, give a little shove. We'll have a penalty shot, it looks like, for HHP. We'll have no penalty shot. We will have a couple of ejections, though. It looks like Gavin Iacchini will be sent off. There was also an ejection on the Homegrown Hockey side, but of a player not listed on the roster, so don't know who it was. All right, we're back underway. This has been a chaotic game between Homegrown Hockey and Hockey House Podcast. We have really seen it all. 16-1, a couple ejections. Under 7 minutes to play in this one. 8 teams in the club division this year. The Jersey Pro League adding teams. The club division came to life a couple of years ago and has really taken off since. Again, the commissioner, Alex Rauter, who also plays in the pro division, has done a great job with the league. Breakout Sports Broadcasting, happy to be a part of it and stream every game from the JPL. Great facilities here at the Prudential Center. There's a nice glove save from Kevin Brennan. It has not been an action-packed game for Kevin Brennan. Just 10 shots on goal for Hockey House Podcast. Kevin Brennan, one of the goalies at William Patterson. Frankie Smith, the other goalie for this HGH team, is the backup at William Patterson. There's another stop by Brennan. Michael Contessa in the HHP net on the other side. .873 save percentage. 5.67 goals allowed per game to start this year. That average will balloon after this one. Racing and tracking that one down to hold off another HGH attempt. And here they come. Hockey House Podcast on forecheck. Giolanza dangling. Has that stopped as Solitist couldn't get anything going either. Played back up for O'Brien. Anthony O'Brien dangling to the forehand on the shot. That's stopped. Big save by Michael Contessa on the shot from Matthew O'Donnell. Under 5 to play. King off the face-off, drops it back for Stoffel, looking for the deflection, and that's taken away, flipped high in the air. You can tell the energy levels have just died between these two teams. There was more energy to begin with in the first game than there was when this one started, but really after the first few goals, Hockey House Podcast looked like they just stopped trying, especially Michael Contessa in net. The 7th goal for Homegrown Hockey, he just let that one go in. Ferrand had a quick chance for HHP, but it was shut down. And now sent up the ice, but easily taken in. That was Heggie on the stop. They give it right back to HGH. King walking in off the crossbar. 3.5 to play. Finally an unlucky break for Homegrown Hockey. They've had it all going for them in this one. But Sean King hits it off the iron. Eric Heggie chasing it down defensively. And he gets there in time, plays it off the boards. Eric Heggie, big star for Hockey House Podcast, has been held quiet today. 13 goals in the JPL last year, number 5 in that category. He has 2 goals this season. Plays his hockey at King's College, NCAA Division III player. Barbieri back on the ice for Homegrown Hockey. Drops it back. Sandamino into the netting. 16-1 HGH over HHP. Clock winding down, 2:35 to go. As Jason Lastra takes the ice, Sean King heads to the bench. The Jersey Pro League, just a great way for these guys to stay fresh in the summer. New Jersey's #1 summer hockey league. You take all these players who play competitively during the fall and the winter, and you get them together in the summer to get competitive pickup runs, but an ultra-competitive league with stars all over the ice. 2 minutes to go in this one as Lastra zips it for Barbieri. Barbieri across the ice, now down low, looking for the deflection. Went off a stick and high. Lastra now down low. Teets, backhand pass, back up to the blue line for Lastra. Fakes the shot, dumps off for Sandamino. He keeps it in the offensive zone. Down low, Barbieri, cross ice pass, couldn't be controlled. Andrew Gross flying down the ice the other way. Gross looking for the angle, zips it behind the net. And now a 2-on-0 the other way. Walking in on net, Boyle drops it off. That one trickles behind the net. Boyle gets it back and he tucks it in. (17-1) Homegrown Hockey. This one got out of hand in a hurry and never looked back. Clock running, under a minute to play. Hockey House Podcast can almost get out of here. Can't imagine how they feel on the ice. The lead just continuing to skyrocket for HGH. Around the net for Barbieri. Wrist shot, shut down by Contessa. They stay with it, and they get another one. That'll do it for Game 2 of the night. Homegrown Hockey dominates Hockey House Podcast. This one was never in doubt. 17-1 the final. The most goals for any team in a game this season. Homegrown Hockey ran away with it. For our entire Breakout Sports broadcasting team, I'm Michael Cerroti saying we'll see you tomorrow from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House, the Pro Division of the Jersey Pro League in less than 24 hours. 17-1 the final. Homegrown Hockey takes down Hockey House Podcast.